Hi, everyone. So I know a lot of you know me as a writer or as a comedian or like for my dog content. But what you might not know is that I have suffered with various chronic illnesses my whole life. But here's the thing. Until about 5 years ago, I didn't even know they were chronic illnesses. I just thought I was sick all the time and lazy and weak and difficult. So, in an effort to function like everyone else, I just powered through, right? Which is to say that I pushed way past my body's natural capacity. And I think the best way to describe it is like I was driving with one foot on the gas pedal, the emergency brake was on, there was no gas in the tank, and I did this for 40 years. And as you might imagine, you can't function like this forever. And I couldn't. So in March of 2020, just as the quarantine began, my body broke down. And it didn't even have anything to do with COVID. But, to make a very long story short, I'll just say that I became completely debilitated. I was bedridden for years and had at various times something like, I don't know, 7 or 8 different autoimmune issues flaring up like all at once. This was old stuff and new stuff. So I was terrified. Like I honestly thought I was dying. So, okay, why the fuck am I telling you all of this? It's because the doctors couldn't figure out what was going on. All the lab results kept coming back normal or like close to normal, but obviously there was nothing normal about what was going on with me. And it got to the point where they made me feel like I was crazy. And then that made me even more afraid. So I became desperate. And what I found online really broke my heart because what became clear is that right now, there is an epidemic of millions of women, and some men too, but mostly women, who are all suffering from various mystery illnesses. Neurological, gastrointestinal, and gynecological tend to be the big ones. But then there's migraines and back pain and skin disorders and autoimmune disorders, especially chronic fatigue, and pelvic pain and bladder pain and fibromyalgia and mold illness, hair loss, PPMD, long COVID fits in this category. Burning mouth syndrome, POTS, tinnitus, like the list goes on and on. So because I had no choice, I have basically spent the last 5 years of my life just completely devoted to finding a cure or cures. And guess what? I sort of found them. I have accumulated just a ton of knowledge and resources and modalities that have finally given me my life back. And I couldn't wait to share everything I'd learned with my fellow sufferers. So because I'm a writer, what did I do? I started writing a book to dispense just this insane amount of information. But then, just sort of organically, sick women started to find their way to me. And I've been able to help them one on one, which is when I realized that in addition to writing a book, which I am, working with women one on one is really what I should be doing and what I want to be doing. So I am officially putting out the word that I am available to coach, to guide, to support women who are suffering from chronic illness or chronic pain, which is the other side of the same coin, and who aren't getting the answers they need. I mean, obviously, I'm not a doctor or a therapist. I'm just a real woman who's been through some shit, and I now know how to help guide you to the other side. Because there is another side. There, you know what I mean? Like, I promise. And this is something I really needed to hear when I was in the thick of it. So if you or someone you know needs help, please reach out. I'm going to put my email in the thread, but it's jennyrosscoaching@gmail.com, Jenny with an I. And that's it. That's my story. And I'll be honest, this wasn't exactly comfortable to do. I usually like hiding behind dick and fart jokes and memes, but, if this helps even a few people, then it was worth it. So thanks for watching, everyone. Bye-bye.